Welcome to Binga Bonga. Today, we're going to tell a story about Christmas gifts. Are you ready to listen? Let's get started. In a beautiful little town, Christmas was just around the corner. The streets sparkled with decorations, and every household adorned colorful Christmas trees. Children excitedly chattered about their anticipated Christmas presents, creating an atmosphere filled with excitement and joy. However, in this cheerful town, there was a boy named Eric whose mood was quite different. Eric's family didn't have much money, and he worried that this Christmas he might not receive any gifts at all. One day after school, Eric passed by a toy store and saw various exquisite toys and games displayed in the showcase. He stopped in his tracks, silently gazing at them, feeling a tinge of envy and sadness. Thoughts of other children eagerly discussing the gifts they looked forward to weighed even heavier on his heart. Eric softly said to himself,
"Perhaps I shouldn't expect too much. After all, for our family, Christmas is just an ordinary day."
With that, he lowered his head and continued walking back home. Once home, Eric quietly sat in his small room. He looked at the flickering lights outside the window, feeling a bit down. He wanted to share his worries with his mom and dad, yet he didn't want them to worry about him, so he chose to remain silent. Eric held his favorite teddy bear close and softly said,
"Teddy, I wish there could be a little surprise for me on Christmas. Maybe Santa Claus will hear my wish and bring me some joy."
That night, Eric lay in bed, closing his eyes and thinking about the Christmas miracles. He hoped that even without expensive gifts, Christmas would bring him warmth and happiness. On a chilly evening, just before Christmas Eve, Eric decided to take a stroll alone, hoping to momentarily forget his worries. He walked through the silvery little town and arrived at the edge of a quiet forest. The trees were adorned with thick snow, and moonlight streamed through the branches, casting gentle shadows on the snowy ground. At that moment, Eric spotted an elderly man in a bright red coat within the forest. The man carried a large sack on his back, and his face bore a kind, mysterious smile that seemed both enigmatic and friendly. Eric approached curiously. His eyes widened in surprise and curiosity.
"Are you Santa Claus?"
he asked, astounded. The man smiled and nodded, his eyes twinkling warmly.
"Yes, I am Santa Claus. I'm off to deliver gifts tonight. Would you like to come along?"
His voice was gentle and kind. Eric felt incredibly excited. He had never imagined meeting the real Santa Claus before. He nodded eagerly and said,
"I'd love to come with you."
So, Eric followed Santa Claus through the dark woods to the other end of the town. They quietly visited each home, placing gifts in the Christmas stockings of sleeping children. Whenever they gave a gift, Eric felt a warmth and happiness. He began to understand that the true joy of Christmas didn't just come from receiving gifts, but also from giving and sharing. When they finished the last gift-giving mission, Santa turned to Eric and said,
"Eric, you've done great tonight. Christmas is about giving and sharing, not just the joy of receiving gifts. You have the power to bring warmth and hope to others too."
"Thank you, Santa. I'll remember your words and try to be someone who can bring warmth to others,"
Eric said sincerely, his eyes shimmering with tears. Santa smiled and waved before vanishing into the night. Eric stood in the chilly night air, filled with warmth and hope in his heart. Ever since that special night, Eric's outlook on Christmas changed dramatically. He learned that the true meaning of Christmas lay not just in receiving gifts, but in sharing and giving. As Christmas approached, Eric began expressing love and care in his own way to those around him. He helped decorate his neighbor's house, crafted handmade Christmas cards with friends, and even handcrafted small gifts for family and friends. On Christmas Day, Eric spent a simple yet heartwarming holiday with his family. Despite the absence of lavish gifts, their home was brimming with love and warmth. Eric felt a happiness unlike any other, experiencing a richness and contentment that transcended material possessions. When Eric discovered a small gift under the Christmas tree, a surprised smile lit up his face. Opening it, he found a handcrafted wooden boat with a note that read, "A small gift to wish you a Merry Christmas, from a mysterious friend." Eric knew this gift was left by Santa Claus. He held the small wooden boat tightly, feeling incredibly moved and happy. This Christmas, Eric learned the true essence of love. He realized that even the smallest actions can bring immense joy and warmth. From then on, Eric became a kind and helpful boy, his heart always filled with love and hope. Today's story is over. What do you think is the best Christmas gift? Wishing you all a wonderful Christmas. See you next time.